The next presenter, this presenter, I've been knowing probably a decade or more. He is one of the most brilliant business minds, and I mean that, that I have met in my journey around the world and around the country. He is a prolific writer, many books, they're all over there. He is a doctor, Dr. Robert L. Wallace. He has a very successful consulting business, IT business, engineering business. He is a prolific creator of children. How large is your family, Robert? He's 5 children, right? He's just a deep brother and very, very, very spiritual. He is the founder of 3 companies, BIF Technologies, a successful information technology services company that specializes in wireless engineering, wireless network security, network engineering, software development, and information technology outsourcing. He has Intratech Learning Systems, LLC, which provides e-learning training services for entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs, small businesses, and micro enterprises. And he has Telecon, LLC, a technology commercialization company. Robert holds a bachelor's degree of science in mechanical engineering and applied mechanics from the University of Pennsylvania, a master's of business from the Amos Tuck School of Business at Dartmouth, which I attended, and was awarded a doctorate of humane letters from Sojourner Douglas College. Prior to starting his own companies, Dr. Wallace worked with several corporations, including IBM, DuPont, and my alma mater, Procter & Gamble. He has been appointed to several positions within the Maryland state government, including chairman of the State of Maryland Information Technology Board and the Minority Business Reform Commission. Dr. Wallace serves on the boards of several private sector companies. He has also authored numerous articles and books on entrepreneurship, wealth creation strategies, intrapreneurship, and urban economic development. Dr. Wallace understands the purpose of life. And what is the purpose of life? It is to love, to give, to serve, and to add value to someone or something. There is no other reason to be sucking up this good air. Please give a warm Power Networking Conference welcome to a good friend, a member of our network, Dr. Robert Wallace.
Thank you, Doc. God bless you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. How many of you here are here to learn how to build strategic partnerships? Let me see your hands. How many have tried it before? How many have tried it and it didn't work? A couple of folks. Okay. So I think we're ready to get started here. I want to thank George, first of all. It's a blessing to have men like George in our community. Just give him a hand. Men who have vision, and women too, but in this case, George is a man, so I'll say men. Amen. Okay, who have vision and who understand the needs and the values of our community and who have committed their lives to making that happen. So I want to thank George for that publicly. But today we're going to talk about something that ties into building partnerships and business alliances, because I believe that is the key to success for forever at this point. So what I want to cover this afternoon in the time we have together, I want to go 3 places. I want to talk to you about, first of all, why are strategic partnerships critical? Why are they important? I'm going to talk to you about the global economy. I will talk to you about the need to build wealth versus just having a job. I'm going to talk to you about the future. I'm going to take you into the future because to control all 3 of those areas, I will submit to you, it requires partnerships and alliances. The days of the Lone Ranger are gone forever, never to return. And then I'm going to close my session, as I always do. If we have time, I'm going to cover 2 examples that I use in the book to explain people who used my model to build successful partnerships and alliances. One is a historical figure, Hannibal, the great general, and the other is a secret. I won't tell you until I get to that point, okay? If we have time, I will cover both of those areas. Now, how many of you here who have never tried a partnership before have felt like this?
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
One is the loneliest
Two
number.
can be as bad as one.
Someone here ever felt that way before? One's the loneliest number. It's a lonely number, isn't it? So how many of you have been given some thinking to building partnerships for the longest time? A couple of folks for the longest time. Trying to figure it out, right? And still rolling. Now, how many of you here have tried partnerships, but in your case, you can't get no satisfaction? Somebody here? Can I get an amen? Some people here? Okay. Then you are in the right session. You're in the right session. Because by the time we're done, I hope I'm going to get you ready to rethink this thing, how we do this, and how you do it correctly, all right? So that when you leave the Power Networking Conference, you will get back in stride, all right? Is that fair? Got a good plan? Okay, that's our roadmap. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to talk about this whole idea of partnering and alliances, but I know that you ladies and men here are very busy people. I know that maybe it wasn't easy for you to come here from your jobs and your businesses. If you're like me, you got to make payroll, you got to find the next contract, you got to deal with clients. And so what I try to do when I have time with executives and busy people is to not only educate, but to inspire. Because if we educate and inspire, we'll be transformed, right? And we'll be bigger, better, and best. That's the American way, right? Bigger, better, best. Let's say it together. Bigger, better, best. Don't be afraid. Bigger, better, best. That's how we grow. That's the American way. Bigger, better, best. So that is our objective today. Now, just some background for you. As George mentioned, believe it or not, I'm an engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer. But for some reason, I got into this writing thing. So I've written a couple books, and so they are there on the screen. But the one I'm going to cover today is this one here. This is on how to build strategic partnerships. This is my 4th book, okay? This book is being translated into Mandarin Chinese and into Russian. In 2005, it was voted one of the top 25 business books of that year. So what I'm going to share with you is proven techniques, okay, and perspectives on how do you build partnerships and alliances. Now, the book is quite interesting because what I did was I spent time with not only big corporations like Verizon, Toyota, Ford, Procter & Gamble, Microsoft, all names you know, right? Government agencies, the NMSDC was involved in the study, Kodak, Freddie Mac, and a host of small and minority businesses. And what we tried to do was to isolate what is the blueprint for building effective partnerships and business alliances from a large company perspective and a small business minority women-owned perspective, okay? Because what I wanted to cover was this. I wanted to show that if you look at doing a partnership between a big company to big company, small to small, big to small, or big to many, what I found in the research is that the dynamics and the process of building a partnership is the same, whether it's big to big, small to small, big to small. What is different, though, are the nuances of those processes. And hopefully this time we'll have this afternoon, I'll go into some detail.